A social media post earlier this week by the Monroe County Sheriff has put the spotlight back on the issue of repeat drug offenders.
Yeah, that's right. Sheriff Kevin Crook highlighted the recent arrest of a Nettleton man who has multiple drug-related convictions in the latest incident. The suspect was released after posting bond. Allie Martin has more with the sheriff and the Justice Court judge about the legal process and how everyone involved has certain guidelines they must work from.
Whenever a suspect is arrested on a felony charge, the next stop after jail is an initial appearance in Justice Court. It is not a hearing about facts of the case, and the Justice Court judge's role is limited.
Anybody that's charged with a felony, they get a bond set. And the bond is set by the Justice Court judge in the county that he was arrested in and charged out of. And the Justice Court, we have guidelines to go by, and of course, higher the bond, the more important it seems like the crime is, the higher the crime is.
Typically, a Justice Court judge will also appoint a defense attorney for the suspect. If the suspect makes bond, they are released, with the promise they'll appear at their next court date. The case then goes to the grand jury, which decides whether to indict. Justice Court Judge Brandon Davis says judges are also limited on the bond amounts depending on the charges, whether the suspect is on probation, and their personal finances.
If they own property, if they have a vehicle, if they failed to appear in court, and based on that criteria when we ask, it influences what the bond is. I can set a high bond on everybody, but if it don't fall within the guidelines and I'm violating that person's right to criminal procedure, and then I can get in trouble.
That means repeat offenders can quickly bond out. Judge Davis says he understands that can be frustrating.
Working in the county for 17 years prior to getting elected in law enforcement, I know a lot of the people that come in front of me.
Monroe County Sheriff Kevin Crook says deputies and investigators can see many of the same people multiple times. The sheriff says it's a big issue involving mental health and how to help those caught in the cycle of addiction.
The system started dealing differently with addicts, rightfully so, on possession charges and things like that. And so this kind of new road was made where, we're going to treat these people kind of as a mental health issue. We're going to try to get them through drug court, or we're going to get them into recovery. And I'm 100% for that. Right. But what that caused was now these, in between people who are these dealer addicts, how are we going to treat them in the court system? Are they going to get the easy mental health road because they're addicts that are dealing drugs? Are they going to get the hard road, no mercy, let's throw the book at them?
Both Sheriff Crook and Judge Davis say each case is unique, and having a cookie-cutter approach is not the answer.
Our judges work with us on, if we've got somebody in here, 2 or 3 weeks and they still haven't made bond, they're checking over here to see if that individual needs a bond reduction, because again, that bond is just securing that they will show up for court. Right. And go through the process, and it's our job to make a good case to present to the DA where they can get an indictment and then go to trial.
Another crucial part of the equation, those who actually write and pass laws. Any changes to the criminal justice system would come from lawmakers in Jackson. Telling your story in Monroe County, Allie Martin, WCBI News.